Hey there, my name is Natalie Lopes and I'm a wellness coach. Thank you for joining me today. We are doing a quick lower body focus workout. This workout is suitable for all levels of fitness. All you're gonna need is a set of dumbbells. And because it's quick, this one would be great to do if you're pressed for time, but it would also be awesome to add on to the end of another workout from our video library. We are gonna be using time sets today. We're gonna be working for 20 seconds on with 10 seconds of rest. We have 5 different moves. We're gonna do a few unilateral movements. So basically what that means is single-sided moves. We are gonna do a staggered deadlift. So one set on one leg, the other set on the other leg. Then we are going to do split squats. One set on one set on the other, and then we're gonna come down to the mat for glute bridge. We're gonna get warmed up. If you are adding this on to the end of another workout, then you can obviously just skip through this warm up, but I like to get the blood pumping, get everything moving before we get into it, so you can either jog or march on the spot. So I always like to throw in a little bit of light cardio just to get that heart pumping, and then we'll throw in a little bit of movement, mobility type exercises or movements just to make sure that we're getting those muscles and joints warmed up. So as I mentioned, this is a lower body focus workout. We have 5 different moves. We're gonna buzz through this really, really quick. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, and we're gonna do 3 rounds. All right, make sure you're keeping that core nice and tight, even with the warm up and all throughout the workout. All right, let's slow it down. Do some hip openers. All right, feel that heart rate start to creep up. Loosening up through the hips. I love this movement. Core is nice and tight. Of course, you can do whatever warm-up moves you want to do, whatever feels good for you, whatever you feel like you need today. Let's go side to side. This is always really, really nice just to loosen up through the hips, inner thighs. And again, I'm still thinking about pulling that belly button in. So really be mindful of that all throughout this workout. All right. Make sure you're taking some nice, big, deep breaths. Okay. One of my favorite warm-ups is leg swings. These are tough. You can always hold on to something, but I also find that it helps if you counterbalance with your arms. Couple on one side, couple on the other side. Okay, in about 20 seconds, we're gonna get started. Now, if you can remember, we are going to do 5 different moves. We're working for 20 seconds on, 10 seconds of rest, and we're repeating that 3 times. Our first move is gonna be a staggered stance deadlift. Shoulders are back, hinging and squeezing up, okay? You just have that little kickstand. So we're gonna do 1 set on one side and 1 set on the other. Are you ready? Shoulders are back, core is in tight. Here we go. So you're hinging at the hips, keeping that belly button drawn in nice and tight, keeping those weights really nice and close to the body, and really putting all that focus and attention into that front leg. Okay, so this one's just here just for a little bit of balance. Okay, shake it out. We're gonna do the other side. So we're moving through this really quick. Of course, if you wanna make it a little bit harder, you're gonna go a little bit heavier with your weights. Shoulders back, core in tight. Here we go. Hinge and squeeze the glutes and hamstrings to come up. Belly button's nice and tight. Back stays nice and flat. Neutral spine. And make sure you're squeezing all the way up. Come on, we've got about 5 more seconds here. So this is a quick one. We're going through it really quick. All right, next move is split squats. So you're gonna get in a split squat stance. It's kind of like a lunge, except we're not really moving. We're just going up and down. So here we go. Dropping it down and up, down and up. Of course, you could do this with dumbbell or heavier weights, lighter weights, or even just body weight. Core is tight though, shoulders are back, chest is proud. We're just dropping down and pressing up. Ooh, nice job. Okay, quick rest. We're doing the other side. Now, if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you could actually elevate that back foot as well. Okay, here we go. Shoulders are back. Drop it down, press it up. So going heavier with these will obviously make it a lot harder, but what I really want you to focus on most is that range of motion, your form, and that mind-muscle connection. So press through that heel to come up. Okay, our 5th move is glute bridge. So we're coming down to the floor. Let's get there quick. Okay, Get those dumbbells on your hips. And here we go. We're pressing up and down. So what I want you to think about here is tucking those hips under and squeezing your glutes, okay? So we're not trying to arch as high as we can. We're trying to tuck and squeeze. Feet and knees are about hip width apart. Core is nice and tight. All right. Ooh, squeeze. Nice job. All right, so that was round one. We're gonna do that 2 more times for a total of 3 sets. So come on up. We're gonna have to take about 20 seconds of rest here. So you wanna grab some heavier weights, go and do that. You need a quick sip of water. Go for it. Take a deep breath, shake it out. Let's get into that staggered stance. So now you know what to expect, okay? You're a little bit more familiar with the movement. Let's see how we can make this set better than the last one. Okay, shoulders are back. Here we go. Hinge and squeeze to come up. Weights stay close. Neutral spine. Belly button pulled in nice and tight. So I'm really thinking about that hamstring and glute on that one side. So this is just here for a little bit of balance. Squeeze. Nice job. Okay, other side. Now if you're feeling really, really good and your balance is on point, of course, you could do a single leg deadlift. Here we go. I like the staggered stance because I don't have to worry about the balance piece, right? And the benefit of that is that it means I can focus more on that muscle, mind-muscle connection, my form, my range of motion. Sometimes I feel like when I'm doing the balancing move, the actual effort that it requires to balance sort of takes away from the actual work that I can do. But still good to work on balance. But for today, I really want to make sure that my form, my range of motion, and all that is on point. So we're coming down, pressing up. Think about pressing through that front heel and really squeezing the glutes there. Core is tight, chest is proud, shoulders are back. One more. All right, nice job. So switch sides, shake it out, shoulders are back. As I mentioned, you can elevate that back foot. You could go heavier with your weights, but never sacrifice your form and your range of motion. Now I know 20 seconds isn't a lot of time for each set, but I don't want you to rush through it, okay? I want you to make every rep count. It's always quality over quantity, right? You know that, come on. Press and squeeze, nice job. Okay, down to the floor. Now, remember, what muscles are you working? Squeeze it. Here we go. Feet and knees hip width apart. Pressing up through those heels, tucking those hips under, squeezing the glutes. Now, you want to make this a little bit harder. Of course, you could put a mini band around your knees. That would add some extra tension. More weight. Keep going. Squeeze. Nice. Okay, put that down carefully, especially if it's heavy, and make your way up to your feet. We have one final set. As I always say, your last set is your best set, so ask yourself, how can you make this your best set? Remember, we don't have a lot of time here, so we want to really make sure we're making the most out of it. Pick them up. Staggered stance deadlift. One last time. Shoulders are back, core's pulled in tight. All that weight in that front leg. Here we go. Hinge, squeeze through the hamstrings and glutes. Weights, stay super close to your legs. So always thinking about having those weights close to your base of support, right? What is your base of support? Well, it's your feet. Okay, so kind of in line with your shoelaces. Squeeze. Let's go. Yes. Other side. Okay, shoulders are back every time. Tummy in tight. Here we go. Hinge. And squeeze it up. Now with the deadlifts, you definitely don't want to rush through these. You want to give it lots of time. Feel it in those hamstrings. Feel it in the glutes. Keep the tummy in tight. Shoulders are back. Come on, keep going. 3 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, split squats are actually my most hated move. But they're a great exercise, so that's why we do them. Here we go, shoulders are back. Drop it down, press up to that heel, squeeze the glutes. Core tight, shoulders back. Always thinking about that form, posture, mind-muscle connection. Keep going, press and squeeze. We're almost there, 5 more seconds. Keep going. Nice job. One more. Yes. All right, other side. Last time. Ooh, reset. Shoulders are back, core tight. I'm gonna say it over and over. Let's go. Press and squeeze. Press up through that heel. Squeeze the glutes. Core in. Come on. You're almost there. Sometimes I like to get a little bit crazy. Have those dumbbells up on my shoulders. Keep going. There it is. All right. Carefully down to the floor. Here we go. Now what you can actually do is double up your weights. Here we go. Press and squeeze. You got this. Come on. Press through those heels. Make sure you're keeping those feet and knees hip width apart. Tucking those hips under, squeezing the glutes. Come on, 5 more seconds for this glute bridge. Now, play a little trick on you. Hold it for 10 seconds. Squeeze, squeeze it. Squeeze it harder. Come on, 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. All right, that is it. Now, as I mentioned, that was a quick one. Great to just quickly do on its own or to add on to another workout. We're gonna do a super, super quick little stretch and then you're gonna be on your way, okay? So take a nice big deep breath all the way in and all the way out. On the way down, hinge forward. Just feeling that nice little stretch through your hamstrings, back your legs. You can bend your knees. Okay, and everybody's hamstring flexibility is different, so maybe this is just where you're at and you're feeling it there, and that's fine. And that's sort of the same thing with the deadlifts, right? Some people are very flexible. They can get down quite low, but you might not be able to. The key is that with the deadlift is that you're keeping that neutral spine. Of course, with the stretch, we can flex and just take some of that tension out and just relax. When you're ready, slowly roll up. Let's do a quick little quad stretch. If you need to hang on to something, you can. You know the deal. Sometimes our balance is great, sometimes not so much. But just feeling that nice stretch through the front of your leg. You can also do these lying down on the ground. Same thing with the hamstring stretch, just from a seated position. Okay. Now, one of my favorite stretches for my hips and glutes and lower body is sort of like a figure 4. And again, if your balance is great or you have something to hold on to, you can do it standing. But I feel like today, I need to do it seated. So I'm just gonna cross that ankle over. You could actually lie down on your back, but just sitting here, feeling that stretch. Now, as always, we kind of, buzz through the stretch and the cool down, but I would definitely love for you to take a little bit of extra time if you have it, and really make sure that you're making, stretching and mobility a really regular part of your programming. Okay. All right, that is it. That is all. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that. Please be sure to check out some of our other exercise videos in our video library. Have an awesome day.